Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wolfie Players Escape from Tarkov. So this time, a lot of stuff happens in this. Starting off with this scav, we walked up on the scav mountain, same as always, and we've seen this backpack. This poor boy had a bit of a disconnection issue, and his gear has now become my gear. I checked around to make sure his buddy wasn't just hanging around, but there's no one. So we move on to pick up his loot. Just thought I'd slot that in at the start of the video. We move on to do a few quests, unlock a few more quests, but overall we're still just on the grind to level 20. In 2 videos time, so this one, the next one, and then on the next video after that, them two, so this one and the next one. The third video will be me achieving level 20, so not too long to go and you'll start seeing some varying degree of different loadouts, and we'll start working on the more intricate quests of the game. Coming up to the next segment, running around with the MP5, just giving it a go because I managed to level up the traders, and you can now get quite a decent array of different weapons and attachments for most of the starting guns. So I've thrown a universal sight mount railing on there, thrown this delta point on. Still a bit finicky with the whole full automatic shooting at range, but I'm getting used to it more and more the more we play. The MP5's quite a good gun, not amazing for damage overall, but still decent enough to take out scavs. But in this clip specifically, this guy that was shooting wasn't actually a scav, it was a PMC that I mistook for a scav because I was just blasting him in the area, and it took so long to shoot back, and he was just strafing weirdly sideways like you seen just there. So I only realised that it was a PMC when I got up and looted the body, and I'd seen the dog tag and all his gear. It wasn't very high level, nor did he have too much stuff on him. He was just running around with stash loot by the looks of it, and a few things that he'd picked up off scavs. But either way, we took what we could off of him. Like I say, it wasn't anything exciting really. And then we moved on to killing a few more scavs, and when we get onto the next clip, we have killed enough scavs while injured where I get the Wounded Beast task completion. So if you don't know what Wounded Beast is, it's basically you have to kill so many scavs with broken limbs or while under the pain effect that you can get from being dehydrated, amongst other things. So this scav sees me, shoots me in the arm here because I do the most awfulest spray down in the world. I'm trying to peek with this on the left side and it hits me. Peek this right side, but my camera starts tweaking, so I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I peek back out on the left. I'm trying to switch my light here to see if I've got a laser, but I don't. Peek out there, shoot him once, he starts moving real slowly. I try to shoot him again and realise that I'm out. My AK is also empty from obviously spraying him down there, so I have to do a sneaky reload without getting my arms blown off again. But then sure enough, I put down a nice quick 2-tap, and that's the quest Wounded Beast complete. Once we got out of there just by extracting the outskirts, we go and hand that in, and we get all these new super duper lovely fun Jaeger quests to do. 6 PMCs in office, 3 scavs on ones in a single raid, we got heals, and then the 2 PMCs with a broken limbs or a tremor. So I decided to start with the 3 scavs on ones in a single raid. I literally do that one and done, just 3 scavs, nothing else. Nothing even happened. I saw no people, I heard no shots. I don't know what the hell happened with my servers over the course that we're recording these videos in particular, but everything just seemed to be completely dead. But yeah, we hand that in, which unlocks courtesy visit at level 20. But obviously I'm still only rank 16 at this point. I cut out a few of the videos just to press for time because I wanted to get straight onto where I'm at now, where I've got the level 20 content coming out. The next video after this is literally just a few quests pushing up to how I get level 20 and some other things, and then the one where I hit level 20 is a big video. I'm not going to reveal right now, but it's a really great video. You want to be sticking around for that because we obtained something that's great. So all the raids were dead anyway until we got to this guy who were out in the distance firing his M700 like a madman. I hit him once while they were on this mountain, I think, but the range was like 250 meters and I needed to be zeroed that little bit higher, but I didn't zero it in. So He moved, and I figured the best approach was to just push straight down, because I know that he'd already killed a PMC and a few scavs around here because he was literally shooting for so long. So I spot the dead scav boy up top of there. I don't even know what that was. I never went back to that body. I'm not sure if it was a scav player or a scav that had somehow managed to work its way up onto the rocks, because they're standing in some weird locations around this area now for some reason. They like to pop up on the rocks and then dip back down off the rocks like real players would. After a while anyway, this guy comes creeping out from the left hand side. He still takes his time moving round, but eventually he does go to this body that's just over on the right hand side of this rock that should become visible in a second when I move over. Yep, right there. So I'm just waiting for him to go over to this because I know eventually he will. And he comes running out pretty much now, I think. Any second now. We also picked up the RFB in this raid. Surprisingly, a really good weapon. I feel like I'm going to do a full-length video on this weapon alone and how it's probably the most optimum weapon to be using for the between the levels of 15 and 20 once you can actually unlock it from Peacekeeper. It's only 60,000 in cost, and it's can be any scope and grip can be thrown on there straight away. So after a pretty intense little shootout with this guy, I finally ping him in the head, which it stressed me out way more than it should have done, to be honest, because I feel like he should have died in the first maybe 4 shots. I cleared around, these scavs were being annoying. I had literally scavs in the bushes to my right, scavs in front of me, this guy being a knob shooting me. But eventually we dropped on his body, we picked up his M700 and all the other little goodies that he had, which it wasn't too exciting. Trooper armor was okay, the gun was alright, the free helmet and the headset is always nice, and I'd basically picked up a free backpack from him as well, as I didn't bring one into the raid. Another use of Jaeger there, you've seen that the target ring scope that's just being added pretty much with this wipe. I don't think many people have shown it off, it's not very used I don't think, but it's there, and it's only from Jaeger level 1, so if you happen to pick up a shotgun and want to scope for it, it's literally just there. It's like a dovetail, it just slots onto the top of the shotgun and it only takes like 1 railing to attach it. So next up we've got the MPX. I had this for so long, since when I snagged it off that scav in one of the first videos, but I'm running over and I hear Sturman scream at me, so it freaks me out and I'm wondering where the hell he's sat. You can actually see him on the left side of my screen there, and I see him. So I scope in and I'm thinking, can I get the easy headshot? But I'm like, no, it's sat behind the tree, so I decided to just gun ho it with the MPX and hope that I can do enough damage to his torso and head that it'll eventually kill him. And when I finally run over, he walks straight out at me and then does the weirdest movements I have ever seen. He tries drop shotting me and ends up shooting the floor because of aim punch, which is actually so backwards, it's unreal. I don't get how or what sort of possessed Sturman to try and do that, but he was doing it and it did not work for him. So grab the key, grab the guns, nothing too exciting, but it were a decent bit of XP. There were a labs access card in his bag, which another 200 and something K, but obviously we can't sell that until we get to the flea market. I have got a comparison when we get to the level 20 mark in the next couple of vids. It'll literally be one before I sell everything on the flea, and then right at the end of the video you've got a little snippet of me sorting out my inventory after I've sold everything off, which it's an absolute major difference. So we hear this guy running close towards me. I throw a grenade and realise that he's literally in this bush in front of me. I decide to push him. We're on customs right now because we won the 114 room of 2-story dorms to get a docs case for pharmacist, the quest for therapist. So I hit this guy maybe once or twice and he scurries off through the bush. I am not entirely sure where he went, but I'm pretty sure he just ran into bus depot. I've seen the blood on the wall here, I must have hit him like once or twice, I'm not sure. I decide to basically mag dump the bush to make sure that he's not going to try and push me back through it, and then eventually I leave him alone and just run to 2-story dorms. In the next segment of this, we actually get a great glitch that happens as well to an unfortunate player. Not that it affects him in the long run, but if you can hear in the background, the thudding now, that is his rifle on full automatic, and it did not stop for about 5 minutes until he extracted at the car extract. So I checked the timer to see if he was actually sat there, and he was. The shooting started when I shot at that guy at the bus depot, so it only stops when we get into this next segment here, and that's after the car leaves. But we come into room 114, we grab the docs case, and then we just about to loot the PC, and this player scav comes running down over, and he gets rinsed. When we've reloaded, repacked, we go out and loot the guy after looting inside the rooms. He has a VSS Vintoras, which is a pretty decent 9mm ranged rifle. Not long range, but mid to close range. It's quite damaging. The ammo that you can get for it does devastate quite well. Next up, we see another player scav. I heard him before I seen him. I heard him shooting at some stuff. I was scoping him out here along the wall. I finally got a glimpse of him, and then he moves out on the left of my scope. Just narrowly avoids being seen by me. But I decided to move anyway because I figured that he's already probably gone past the wall if I can't see him now. So when I've checked round and I realise he's not there, I'm like, yeah, he's definitely on the other side, and I've just missed him somehow. Which, looking back on the footage, is so microscopic of a movement that I'd miss him. And then I eventually just full auto him down, and on the last bullet that kills him, I miss fire and get a jam. We eventually run over to him, and he's holding a beta, which I don't know where he got it from, whether he spawned with it and he was just a good karma scav or what. But all his stuff became my stuff, and we rocked straight on out of this raid. We ended in the quest to therapist for pharmacist, which was just a case. And then that unlocked absolutely loads of quests for her. So we got supply plans, which was the folder from Woods. The cans of beef stew, which I don't actually put in any of the videos, but all I did was scamming on interchange, run around grocery shelves. There is so much food on this patch for that. I also decided that I was going to do the ambulances and stuff like that, but this is all to come in the next video. So until then, I'll catch you in the next one. And thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.